wanted to try and do a little podcast or a little stream for a little while now. This is so annoying with my two headphones in. Everything's got to start somewheres. So this is the first time I've ever sat down and chatted with you guys. Hopefully, one person watches it. That'd be great. I talk a lot with my hands. I'll do that throughout the little stream here. We're just going to chat a little bit, and hopefully you guys enjoy. If you want, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys are thinking of the build to WrestleMania. We're here to talk about WrestleMania, obviously, Monday Night Raw, what's been going on, the storylines leading up to WrestleMania. I know it's not very lit in here, so I guess let me reposition myself on the couch here. Yeah, so welcome. Thank you, anybody who's clicked on the video or the stream, checked it out. We're obviously live streaming. Monday Night Raw just happened about an hour and a half ago. So we found out some more great matches. We'll get into that in a few minutes. And I encourage everybody again to leave a comment or drop a like on the video. I'm not even asking to subscribe, just if one person watches the video, that would mean the world to me. What's going on? I see people joining. We're talking about Monday Night Raw. I'm just gonna have a conversation with myself, like a ding ding. Nah, everything starts somewheres. Everything, hopefully in the future I can keep making videos or even live streams or podcasts, I guess, if you want to call it that. I don't look at it as a podcast because I'm not on like Apple Podcast or whatever it's called, Spotify. So yeah. So all right, let's get down into it. I'm just gonna probably move the camera here in a minute, just look some stuff up maybe to go over some stuff with you guys. But just off the dome, first thing we got to talk about is Seth Rollins and Gunther. Seth Rollins was supposed to fight Roman Reigns way back when. They were planning on, the rumors online was that he was planning on fighting Roman at WrestleMania. We obviously know Roman's going to fight Punk now for the world title. Then Rollins was supposed to fight Braun Breaker, and then Braun Breaker got hurt. So everybody thought, including myself, thought that Braun Breaker was coming back tonight on Raw. It's just like, it's so hard, especially when people get injured, that and everybody that's joining, thank you very much for joining. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought of Monday Night Raw tonight. I'm just talking about Raw. We're just going over some things and how we're feeling about WrestleMania. I am going to WrestleMania in Vegas. I do have my tickets. Hey, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the build to WrestleMania. We're going to chat for a little bit here just to see how things go. Like, with all the podcasts that I listen to, a lot of them say, like, you got to start someplace. What's going on? Hey, thank you. I hope you have a good ass night too. Thank you for the comment. How you feeling about the build to WrestleMania so far? We got 2 weeks left, 2 more Raws left until WrestleMania. But like I was saying before, not to keep sidetracking, but Rollins was supposed to fight Roman, then he was supposed to fight Braun Breaker. Now he's fighting Gunther. It just feels like they pulled that out of the air. And it's like, I've been a wrestling fan since I was like a little kid, like 1, 2, 3 years old. Like, I remember my dad and my mom watching it. My dad watched it and my mom watched it because my dad watched it and everything. And like, the reason that fans get so mad, especially I just was on Twitter or X or whatever, X a minute ago. And like, the reason that people are so mad, bro, is because they just pull this crap out of thin air. Now, I'm not saying that Rollins and Gunther is a bad match, because believe me, on paper, it's a fantastic match. Like, in theory, it just, for WrestleMania is a different kind of card. Like, it's a different kind of vibe that, like, you just, like, have to, like, have builds for. Like, think of, like, Cody and Roman at WrestleMania 40. Like, Cody and Roman at WrestleMania 40 had to build. Roman was champion 1,300 days. Cody was coming back. Cody wanted the title, finish the story, all that good jazz. There was a build to it. Now, that was one match, but there was a lot of matches on that card, too. Gunther was, at WrestleMania 40, was the IC champion for 600 plus days. The Usos, fought each other. I just looked at the card for WrestleMania 40 off the top of my head. The Usos were fighting each other in a sibling feud. So like the WrestleMania card always has a build to it. You know what I mean? Like most of the matches are like, oh my god, like each individual match is like, oh my god, I really like can't believe that we're gonna get to see so and so fight each other because they've hated each other for so long. Last year, the best, in my opinion, a lot of people disagree because I have a couple friends that I talk to about wrestling. But last year, I thought the triple threat match with Punk, Rollins, and Roman was a banger. They had storylines for 10 years and whatever. So like I don't know. I think the reason that people were so mad about Gunther and Rollins after tonight's Raw is because it just pulled out of thin air. It's like so random. But I appreciate it. All you guys stopping in, give me a like I said, comment below. We're just chatting here. We'll take a sip here. So, anyways, so we got Gunther and Rollins at WrestleMania, right? I feel like the only way that match could, like I said, you still got 2 more weeks. Now they could progress it on SmackDown. So technically, if you want to be technical, they have 4 more shows. Raw or 2 more Raws and 2 more SmackDowns, or three. Actually, it's 3 more. So I guess you got this Friday, and then you have 2 more Fridays after that. So you got 5 more shows. So if you want to be technical, they could push it on to SmackDown. They don't usually do that. They don't usually bring Raw feuds to SmackDown, but they will bring SmackDown feuds to Raw. Like they did tonight with Cody coming out there and Stephanie McMahon coming out there and talking to Cody about Randy Orton in the opening segment of Raw tonight. So like sometimes, like I said, you'll see Raw go over to SmackDown, but very, very rarely do you see that. More SmackDown comes to Raw because Raw is the flagship show, and it's the one where all the crazy shit usually happens. So going based on that, Rollins, Gunther, WrestleMania, very excited. I was looking at the match card. I don't have it pulled up. I don't really want to mess the phone up, but just off the top of my head, hey, what's going on? Thank you. From right. What is that? What did you say? I'm sorry. From right. From right. From right. I don't know what that means. But I appreciate the comment. I think that's a comment. But going based on the match card, I just was looking on X2 like before I started making this little video podcast live stream, whatever you want to call it. I like to start a podcast is what I've been after for a while now. But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it is okay. I hope it's okay. Yeah. So looking on Twitter, X, whatever. There's a lot of people that are still left out of WrestleMania. They have 12 matches now. The past 2 WrestleManias, that's why I was trying to look up online earlier after Raw ended, was how many matches did the past 2 or 3 WrestleManias have? The past 2 WrestleManias have had 13, quote, 14 matches. And the 14th match actually was on SmackDown for both of them. They had 14 last year, but that 14th match was the ladder match between the tag teams, the Profits, and there's a couple. Like I don't remember the Profits, but Profits, the Motor City Machine Guns, all of them. But that was on SmackDown the week. I think it was the week after WrestleMania. So with 12 matches being confirmed right now for WrestleMania, are they going to do? Are they going to do 14? Are they going to leave it at 12, or are they going to go to 16 matches? There are a lot of superstars that are still left out of WrestleMania. You don't have the Usos now because they lost the tag team titles to the Vision tonight. You don't have Io Sky. You don't have Asuka. You don't have Tippy Time. You don't have what's her face that's in the wheelchair. Matt Cardona's wife. I don't know why I can think of her name right now, but anyways, you don't have her on the card, even though she's like injured. I don't think she's actually injured. But there's a lot of people that like you only have 2 weeks, 3 weeks left till WrestleMania. There's a lot of people that I think they really should just. I mean, if they're just throwing stuff at the wall, just make matches then. You know, I think Tiffy Time would be good in there against the U.S. champion at WrestleMania. Even though she just had a U.S. title shot, I think on SmackDown, right? So we'll see. Tiffy Time, I think, would be kind of a shame if they don't put her in there. I think it'd be a shame. Why can't I think of her name? I don't know why I can't think of her name, but it'll come to me. But Matt Cardona's wife would be another one. I thought they were gonna put those two together because they have their feuds every week on SmackDown. I thought those two were gonna be in a match. I think Jelly Rolls. You still got Jelly Roll that might have a match. We're thinking about Jelly. People keep saying Bad Bunny online. We haven't seen Bad Bunny in a while. If you would think that if he's going to be at WrestleMania, you think he'd be on the weekly television. We have Speed, Danhausen. I could imagine Danhausen would I mean, I would like to see like something silly. I always like the silly matches too. Like put Jelly Roll and Danhausen in a match against The Miz and Kit Wilson. Perfect. Good match. That's like, even though it's kind of stupid, it'd be hilarious to see those two tag and fight together, whatever. That'd be just a nice little intermission mid card match. Jelly Roll and Danhausen, like you gotta. It feels like WrestleMania, but if it's like if 100% is WrestleMania, what through and through, every match is like, man, this is such a WrestleMania match, and one being like this is just another like Monday Night Raw in the middle of the summer. No one gives a shit, whatever, no build, whatever. It kind of feels like it's at like 40 to 60%, somewhere in that area. Just because like I would lean more towards 60 because like the Roman Punk feud is great, the Brock Oba feud is great. The Cody Randy feud's heating up a little bit more. I want to see a little more out of that on Fridays. I'd like to see Randy get even more evil. A lot of people are talking about Randy, doing something to Cody's family, whether he attacks his mom or whatever. We still don't know who Randy is on the phone with every week on SmackDown. Obviously, people online are talking about that. But yeah, just being able to build those 3 or 4 that I mentioned would make WrestleMania even more. Those are obviously the main 4 that they're focusing on, as like Brock, Oba, Punk, Punk and Roman, Cody and Randy. Now they confirmed it tonight, which is another disappointer. I think this Raw was good, but it was a disappointment kind of in a sense because not only did they give us Rollins and Gunther, which, like I said before, was pulled out of thin air, they also gave us Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio for WrestleMania. But again, no build. There was no build to it. Like, it's been building for a year, but like a lot of people online, like if you watch YouTube videos and listen to podcasts and read Twitter and everything else, like I do, there was no build to it. Like Finn Balor cost Dom the IC title, and that was it. And then Liv Morgan beat up Finn Balor or whatever happened, and that was it. So next 2 weeks, next 2 Raws, like you gotta have a little time for Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio to really heat that up. Maybe you have Finn Balor attack him backstage, just something to heat it up. Maybe Finn Balor beats him up in the parking lot, or Dominic Mysterio beats him up, or like I don't know. I thought that match needed a stipulation, like Finn Balor beats Dom, like he's got to lead the Judgment Day, or a hair match. Make it a hair match. Make it hair versus hair or something like that. So yeah. Moving forward, Roman Reigns and Punk. Roman Reigns and Punk didn't really do much tonight. Roman, he came out there. If you missed Raw tonight, Roman came out there. I don't even think Roman said anything. He said, "Acknowledge me," and then Punk's music hit, and they just got into a huge fight. Michael Cole on commentary was talking about how Punk's looked crazy and like possessed and like all this other nonsense. It's like I think wrestling needs to move the Elimination Chamber closer to Mania. I think the Rumble needs to be at the end of January. I think the Chamber needs to be in like the first week, maybe like the first week or two of March, and then WrestleMania. You know, like I think it's 8 weeks or 7 weeks from the Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania. That's 2 months, a long time to build. But like I was saying before, they haven't really built a story. What are you commenting down here? Then I will be in a meeting with you, sir, to the office. How are you doing? I'm not sure what that means, but how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. We're hanging out. We're talking a little wrestling. Talking a little wrestling. Um, so, but yeah, like I said, they need to build a little bit more. Obviously, like I said, you got 2 more weeks. How's everybody doing? Thank you for stopping by. We're talking about Raw. We're talking about WrestleMania. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, like I said, you got some good matches. Oba and Brock. This is actually we can't really see it, but this is a Brock Lesnar hoodie. Huge Brock fan. About who goes over. A lot of people are chatting about who goes over at WrestleMania. I don't think Brock's benefits at this point in Brock's career. Brock doesn't really benefit at all from going over. It really comes down to where do they want Oba to go? Do they want Oba to be a main event player and fight for the world title within the next year until next year's WrestleMania? Because it could happen where this time next year for WrestleMania 43 next year, you could be looking at Oba for the world title. You could, I mean, if you want to make stars in the next, if you want to have superstars by WrestleMania 50, let's say that's what, 8 years away. And you think that Rollins, Punk, I mean, obviously Punk, but Rollins, Roman, Cody, Randy Orton, like those guys, if you don't think that they're going to make it to 50, right, they're going to be retired, whatever, by WrestleMania 50, you need to start building stars 5-10 years out. Oba strikes me as a world champion someday. Braun Breaker, world champion someday. There's a lot. I mean, those are two main ones. Like Gunther, obviously, has been world champion, but Gunther's another one. Even though Gunther's a bit up there in age, I think he's in his early 40s, or late 30s, early 40s. I think he might be his late 30s. But Gunther's another one. I could see. I mean, obviously, people are still in the Indies and NXT and stuff like that. But I could see by WrestleMania 45, 46, 47, I could see a Gunther versus Oba for the world title. I could see a Braun Breaker versus a younger up and coming guy by WrestleMania 45, 46, 47. I could see that. So obviously time will tell, but like now you need to start building them. The reason everybody loves Rollins so much is because they built him so well in the past 10 years. Like not only does Rollins have, hey, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the comment. The reason that Rollins is so liked, either as a bad guy or a good guy, is because they built him so well. I remember watching Rollins when he was in the Shield, and when he backstabbed the Shield, I remember thinking to myself, like, well, that was dumb because Rollins is the weakest link. Like, I liked Ambrose and Roman, me personally. And then it turned out that Dean Ambrose was kind of the weak link. Obviously, now John Moxley in AEW, but like, like they made him a superstar. Like, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I said to him, I was like, I honestly can't imagine a WWE without Rollins in it. I can't. I'm like, it's kind of crazy, but I can't. Rollins and Roman to me are like this generation's, I don't want to say Rock and Austin, but it basically is like this generation's Rock and Austin. It's more like this generation's like Rock and Triple H. That's like Roman being more of like a Rock and Rollins being more like a Triple H. Like that's what, maybe not Austin, because Austin would be more like Cody, I guess, but in a sense. But anyways, it's just crazy. I still think one of the greatest Mania matches would be Roman and Rollins. And I'm really disappointed that it didn't happen this year because I am going to WrestleMania this year. It'll happen eventually, I'm sure, but by the time those two retire, I'm sure those two will end up going to WrestleMania against each other. Like that's like or SummerSlam, but that's like the only place that match can happen, like legitimately. Because I don't think those two have ever had like, well, yeah, wow, that's really showing how dumb I am. Because I don't think those two have ever had a one-on-one match. But when Roman was in his title reign, he had a one-on-one match with. Do I like the Chiefs or the Eagles? I'm really not a football guy, to be quite honest with you. Um, my friend actually likes the Eagles. That's the Eagles where it's like go Birds, right? Go Birds. So my buddy got me saying go Birds last summer. I think it was right after they won the Super Bowl. Was it last year? I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm not really a football guy. I'm in New York, so I have to be a Bills fan. But no, between those two teams, I'd probably pick the Birds, the Eagles. But yeah, so I do. What's funny about WrestleMania too is WrestleMania 40. I actually everybody says it's like the greatest WrestleMania in the past 10 years. I disagree. I think 38 was probably the best WrestleMania in the past 10 of them. I think 38 had everything you could ask for. It had a good card. It had a good main event. It had a good build to all the matches. So, but WrestleMania 40, like the color of WrestleMania 40, because every WrestleMania has like a certain color to it. Like 40 was green for the Eagles, right? The Philadelphia Eagles. 41 was like poker themed or whatever for Vegas. This one, I don't know why this one's like black and white. I don't know. I mean, I actually dig the black and white, but just weird. But anyways, um, what was I gonna say? We'll see what happens this year. For the build, I still would like to see 2 or 3 more matches. There's a couple more matches on there that I haven't mentioned yet. You got Rhea and Jade Cargill. That one's going to be a show stealer, I think. I have a feeling that match is going to be kind of quick, just because like those two are such powerhouses, and like they strike me as like they're going to get in there, beat the crap out of each other for 10, 15 minutes, and call it a day. But that's the problem with WrestleMania is like I feel like if you're going to be on the card, you need to have enough time because the show is so long. Like it's not like that. I mean, I guess it is long. I think it's like what 6 to 11, so it's almost 6 hours long, 5 hours long. So like between all the BS and stuff, like your match, if you're gonna get a 30-minute time slot or 15 to 30-minute time slot, like your match should be good. Rhea's had some bangers at WrestleMania. Her and Charlotte. I think that was 39. Her and Charlotte. I don't remember her and Becky at 40. I didn't even remember she fought Becky at 40. And then her triple threat match last year. So I think Rhea's gonna really drive that match to make it great. I don't see a lot of great wrestling out of Jade Cargill, but we'll see at WrestleMania. And then you have Becky and AJ. That'll be a good match. Two vets in there duking it out for the IC Women's Championship. My question is, why does the Women's US Championship get no love? They have two main championships, the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. Then they have two main mid-card championships, the IC belt and the US belt. And they have two tag teams. They have the World Tag Team Champions and the WWE Tag Team Champions, which, by the way, both of the tag team titles have no matches on WrestleMania. The World Tag Team titles with Priest and R-Truth right now, which I believe are still the champions, have no matches at WrestleMania. You have a great tag division. Great tag division. Motor City Machine Guns, Truth, Truth and Damien. Who else is over there? You had the Street Profits for a while. You had the War Raiders. I don't know what happened to them. You got the Judgment Day wasn't. Well, you got Judgment Day with their Doms in a match. You got a lot of guys. You had, or even throw some guys together. Like, throw some guys together. It was a great tag team. Who else is over there on SmackDown? I don't really watch it. You got the MFTs, Solo, and all them guys. You got the fact that what's his face? The Wyatts are not on WrestleMania is bonkers. Why those guys have a sick entrance, like just a normal entrance every week on SmackDown or whatever it is. Sick entrance. Why is the MFTs and the Wyatts not fighting at WrestleMania? Why? It's just crazy. Like they need like another day for WrestleMania. They have 12 matches, and yeah, the 12 matches are great. They need 16 matches for this WrestleMania. They need 8 on Saturday and 8 on Sunday. That's what they need. They need to add the MFTs and the Wyatts. They need to add someone with Tiffy. They need to add like a stupid silly match with Jelly Roll if Jelly Roll really wants to fight at WrestleMania. I would love to see Danhausen fight. There's like nobody on the card. It's kind of crazy. Like their whole build is around 3 or 4 matches. Like, it's just kind of crazy to me. Being such a huge wrestling fan, you have like the Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio match was one that I was really looking forward to. I'm excited for it. They didn't really need Seth Rollins and Gunther. They really didn't. But, they're not going to have a WrestleMania without Gunther. They're not going to have a WrestleMania without Rollins, so throw them together. Everybody's so mad. I'm like really butt tight about that match. I'm excited for it, but I'm like really like not about it, because it's just like it would be so much. It's like what it feels like back in the day. Like everybody talks about why Stone Cold took his ball and went home because they put him up against Brock Lesnar on a Monday Night Raw. That's what it feels like. Like you have two amazing superstars with Rollins and Gunther who are both main eventers. Why are they just randomly thrown into a match at WrestleMania? Just makes no sense. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks on SmackDown, I hope we get another couple matches. But if this SmackDown rolls through, we go to Friday and there's like, SmackDown's over and done with and we don't get any more matches. It's like SmackDown's where you'll find out if the MFTs and the Wyatts are going to fight each other, because that definitely feels like a match. It definitely feels like that we're getting MFTs and Wyatts at WrestleMania, for control over the urn, or not the urn, but the lamp. And Tiffy, maybe they just have. Hey, if they just have a battle royal, put like a 6-woman tag or 6-woman ladder match for the U.S. title. Put that in there. We have an IC title ladder match. Why not have a women's ladder United States Championship match? I just don't understand why the U.S. even the men's U.S. belt is getting a match with Sammy and Trick. It just makes no sense to me. It's just really weird. Let me be clear. I love the build and I love the matches they have on there. They need like 4 more matches, and they need to put the Usos in there. They need to put the MFTs and the Wyatts in there. They need to put Tiffy in there. And the Vision. I mean, that's an obvious one. Usos and Vision. That's an obvious one. The Wyatts and the MFTs is an obvious one. So like, why? Why are we not doing that? Why do we have 12 matches with like maybe, let's see, Gunther Rollins doesn't make any sense. The Trick and Sammy one doesn't make any sense either. Like that, I mean, it makes sense, but like I said before, WrestleMania should be a build to like the greatest match between the two guys or girls that are fighting. You've had this storyline with the Wyatts haven't even been at WrestleMania. No, they weren't even they haven't even been on the WrestleMania card since they debuted. And they debuted before WrestleMania last year. So like they missed WrestleMania last year. That's just so obvious to me. Like they have such a terrific entrance that like WrestleMania, like a WrestleMania Wyatt 6 entrance would be bananas. Crazy. I just don't understand like why, like what are they doing? Why? But anyways, enough complaining. We'll talk about Liv and Raquel, or not Raquel, Stephanie Vaquer. We'll talk about them real quick. Liv basically jumped Stephanie tonight. nothing crazy. I mean, I'm excited for that match, but that one seems kind of obvious that Liv's gonna win, just because Stephanie's been. I think Stephanie is the longest reigning champion on each roster. I'm pretty sure she's held the belt for like almost a year now. So that one seems kind of obvious. Liv would win that. Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens. SmackDown is obviously every Friday, so this Friday we'll see what happens. I hope that they add a couple more matches. I am going to WrestleMania, like I mentioned. So I'd like to see, me as a fan, I'd like to see a few more matches. I don't want them to like bombard the card with too many matches. It's just kind of like every year it comes by, it seems like they get everybody in there. They get like, the Punks, the Rollins, the Codys, the whatever on the card, right? And now we even got the women's tag. Like, that's a great match. The women's tag match for the belts, the Bellas, Charlotte, and Bliss. They should have, honestly, personally, I think they should have added two more teams. I think they should have added Asuka on there, and even like maybe Stephanie and Raquel, or not Stephanie, Raquel Rodriguez and what's her face there, the little chick there. I don't know. I know I'm a wrestling fan. I just can't think of her name. Roxanne Perez. That's it. And I think they should have added those two teams into the match to make it a 6-women tag match, or even a tornado tag. Like, just everybody goes crazy. But I don't know. I feel like Triple H is. I feel like they don't look at Twitter or anything. They don't like bot. They should really have. Maybe they do. I don't know. They should really have a person that checks social media and like watches social media and sees how people react to shit. I feel like they don't at all. They say they're trying to make a card for the people, and like every night, every week, and every pay-per-view, every PLE, whatever. They try and make a card for the people, like, oh, we hear you, we love the universe, da 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 da. If they love the WWE universe, why do they leave out so many great people in every pay-per-view? I just don't understand. There's no chance that WrestleMania is now finished with the card that they have. No chance. Not to quote Vince McMahon, but no chance in hell that the card is 12 matches. There's no way there's 6 matches on each night. The past 3 WrestleManias have been 14 matches. So each night. So I would hope that we're at least guaranteed 2 more matches. Who those 2 matches are going to be, I don't know. I have a feeling that it's going to be Jelly Roll with like Kit Wilson, or like, I know we just seen that on SmackDown, but like something with Jelly Roll. They're going to have some kind of celebrity match. Jelly Roll, I Showed Speed's been there the past few weeks, whatever. Like, maybe I Show Speed. Maybe they make a tag team turmoil match where they have like the MFTs, and that would be a good match. Usos, MFTs, Wyatt's, the Vision, throw all of them in there for the belts, and for either what's it called, belts? Because Damian Priest isn't on there, and R-Truth isn't on there. They're the champs. They're the tag champs. They lose so much credibility by not putting those belts on the line at pay-per-views like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, whatever. They just lose credibility. People don't care about those belts every time you don't show them on a pay-per-view. They don't. Like the women's US championship, like I mentioned before, people don't give a shit about that belt because it's not defended. It's not in any feuds. I know who has it, but I'm like, I don't even know who has it. Julia has it on SmackDown, but like, give it to Tiffy. Let Tiffy build that belt. Or I still can't think of her name. It's bothering the hell out of me, but Chelsea Green, thank you. Thank you. Chelsea Green. I think Chelsea, Julia, and Tiffy in a triple threat at WrestleMania would go crazy. And that's not just me like shooting shit, like throwing shit at the wall. That's a legit match that I could see. Chelsea's the former champ, Tiffany wants the belt, and Julia's the defending champion. Boom, story right there. You know what I mean? Like, hello, like that's me watching wrestling for 20 years, 25 years, like not that hard. Like I was just saying before, put any of the tag teams in a tag team like tornado match. 4, 6 people, the Usos, the Vision, the Wyatts, the MFTs, Damian Priest and R-Truth, like where are their matches? You're telling me that the 12 matches that they have already is it? They have all those people that are missing? All those people, all those tag teams I just mentioned aren't on the WrestleMania card. Get that in your head. The Vision, who they've been building for a year, the Usos, who are basically the number one tag team in the entire company, the MFTs, who have been building and building and building a story with Solo and all the other ding dings there, and the Wyatts, who, quite frankly, are probably like one of the greatest entrances in wrestling right now, just for the fact that they're so spooky and crazy looking. On a like I said before, on a WrestleMania scale, would be crazy. I know it sounds like I'm like yelling or whatever, but like it's just common sense. Like as a wrestling fan, you look at this like, what are they doing? I feel like they wasted a couple of spots already with WrestleMania, like with the matches. Like Gunther and Rollins didn't have to be a match. Obviously, by tonight, I mean it's already official, so obviously Braun Breaker is not coming back for WrestleMania, which sucks. Is he going to be at WrestleMania? That's another story. Will he cost Rollins, the win at WrestleMania? Whatever. But anyways. All right. Well, I've talked your guys' ear off long enough. I appreciate everybody that stopped by in here. If you have any comments, please drop them down below. I'd love to hear your guys' comments. I'd like to do this every week. This was actually kind of fun to just chat. Obviously, not a lot of people are watching, or some people stopped in and commented, which I appreciate. If you see this video as you're passing through YouTube and you click on it and you're here to the end where we're chatting, I appreciate it for you guys taking the time to hang out with me for a little bit, about 35 minutes here, almost 40 minutes now. Like I said, drop a comment. What I would like to do is in the future, I'd like to have people on like a FaceTime call, record it, and chat with people about wrestling. Would be like kind of like my idea to do for like a wrestling video every week. Every week we have somebody different on. We invite them on. We chat with them. We make a video or a live stream about it. And yeah, that'd be really fun. I've been thinking about that for a very long time, and I think it'd be really fun to just have random people come on, chat with me, and we talk some wrestling, see what people's thoughts are. Maybe we talk about the past wrestling history and going forward, what's going on. Because I watch wrestling not every week, but now with WrestleMania coming up, I've been trying to catch it every Monday and Friday. I do watch a little bit of AEW here and there. I'm kind of like a WWE guy just since day one. Like, I do know a little bit about AEW, so excuse me. Once in a while, I'll catch it. But yeah, it's getting kind of late, so I'm gonna head out of here. Appreciate you guys. I'm David, and thank you. We'll see what happens next Monday. Maybe we'll make another live stream after Raw next Monday and see what happens. Peace, guys.